Sometimes you notice that probably I've made a mistake or I missed something, and that happens to everybody. And you'll be amazed at how you'll see more of that as we go further into the advanced level, because if I've had a class and I have two people start a puzzle, the same puzzle, they go in a different direction just because somebody missed a step or didn't see something. But they finish up with the same answer usually in the end. So when you're stuck, we're going to give you some suggestions on what to do. And one more thing, just one extra number will be enough for you to finish the puzzle. So let's start on this first lesson, which is called There's Only One Place Where That Number Can Go. It could be a column, it could be a row, or it could be a block. So let's get started. Here we go. I'm going to show you the same procedure as we normally do, step by step. Ones. Well, we have a 1 in the bottom here, 1 in the middle here. This has to be on the top of this block. We have the blocks are made up of top, middle, and bottom, top, middle, and bottom, top, middle, and bottom. And we're going to go the horizontal route. 2, there's only 1, 2. 3, there's 2 3s, 1 in the middle, 1 in the top. This one goes in here. And as soon as I do that, I notice that in this block we've only got one number left. If I count up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a 6 that's missing. So we put that in, and that gives us 2 6s, a top, a middle, and therefore we know that a 6 has to go there because there's a 6 there, you can't put it there. 7s, no 6s, we're up to 4s, there's only 1 4. 5s, there are 2 5s, one on the top over here, one on the bottom of this particular block. Therefore the 5 in this block where there's no 5s has to be in the middle, so we put 2 little 5s there, and we look down to see if there's a 5 down in here. Whoops. There's no 5s here, so we'll keep it as 2 little 5s. 6s we've done. 7, there's 3 7s, there's a top, a bottom, and a middle. Done. Move on. 8s, there's 2 8s. Oh, there's 3 8s. There's a middle, a bottom, and a top. That's good. 9s, we have 1 9, and it can go many places, so we leave it. Let's go now to these 3 blocks, horizontal. 1s, we have 2 1s, 1 here and a 1 here. Therefore, there's got to be a 1 in here and a 1 there. And I'm going to put the 1s in and look down. There's no 1s, so leave it. 2s, there's 1 2, so leave it. 3s, there is 1 3, so leave it. 4s, there's only 1 4. We're looking for a 1 4 here and 1 4 in one of these two. We're looking for a number that's in 2 out of the 3 blocks. There was only 1, so we leave it. 5s, there's 2 5s here. There's a bottom one here. There's a top one there. Therefore, it has to be in the middle of this block in this row. So it's 5 and 5. And this is a matching pair. And that's so powerful, as you'll see particularly in our next lesson. The matching pair means that no other little numbers can go there. It's only one of those 2 numbers. 6s, we have 3 6s, middle, top, bottom. 7s, only 1 7. Leave it. I can see something, but down the road we'll show you how to do that. 8, there's only 1 8. 9, there's 2 9s. There's a 9 here. In the middle, there's a 9 in this block. And the top, there's a 9 that needs to go in this block on the bottom. Middle, top, this has to be on the bottom. So it's one of these 2. Let's look up to see if there's a 9. Is there a 9 up here? No, so it stays as 2 little 9s. 10. Oh no, we don't go any past 9, do we? I'm just having fun. Okay, now we'll go to this one. And this particular horizontal set of blocks is where I want to show you the new technique to use when you're sort of got to the stage where you're stuck and you don't know where to go next. Try this out. It may not always work, but it's sure neat to know what to do. I'm going to take a particular column, actually. I'm going to use column number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Column number 6. And I'm going to see if a 1 can go in there somewhere. Well, let's look. In this block, the cell, that can't be a 1 because of that one. In this cell, it can't be a 1 because of this one. In this cell, it can't be a 1 because of that one. In this cell, it can't be a 1 because there's that one here. And in this cell, you can't be a 1 because of that one. So the only place a 1 can go is there. And that's called only one place for a number to go. Very handy little technique to use. Fine, let's finish off the horizontal lines here. We've got 3 ones now, no twos. 3s, we've got 3 3s, so we're done. 4, there's only 1 4, and it can go in many places, so let's leave it. 5s, there's 1 5, only 1 5, it can go in many places over here, leave it. 6s, there's only 1 6, so it's the same again. 7, there's only 1 7, it can go in all these places, too much information. Too many spaces to put it. Otherwise it gets very cluttered with little numbers and becomes confusing later on. And 8, only 1 8, so and no 9s. So now we're ready to go to the next step where we do vertical columns by the block. This block, this block, this block, then this block, then these blocks. Okay, we'll do a 1. The 1s are already there, fantastic. 2, we have a 2 here, we have a 2 here, and therefore we have to put a 2 here and a 2 there. There's no 2s along here, so it stays as 2 small 2s. 3s. Well, we have the 3s already. We have a middle, and this is called left, center, right, whereas this is called top, middle, bottom. Okay, that's my abbreviation. For those of you who have taken my first course, you understand all these. Very important procedure to do every time you do a puzzle. Okay, we're up to 4s. We've got the 4s. We have a 4, we have a 4 and a 4. A right, a left and a center. And columns. 5s. We have 2 5s. We have a 5 here on the left, 5 on the right, and 2 5s have to go in here. There we go. 2 5s. There's no 5s along here, so leave it. 6s. There's a 6 here. There's a 6 here, a center, a right. It has to be down in here, and that's the only place it can go, and that becomes a matching pair. Follow that? Okay, 7s. We have a 7. Well, in this block it can do in two spaces. We can put a little 7 there and a little 7 there. That means that if that's the case, left, center, right. So this is going to be a 7 7. Very good. 8s. We only have 1 8. Let's leave it. 9. We only have 1 9. Let's leave it. There's too many spots for it. Fine. Now we'll go on to this set of blocks. We have 1s. Well, we don't. Too much information. We don't know where they could go there. It could be there, or there. We don't know. Leave it. 2s. We only have 1 2, and it could go all over here. So leave it. Actually, I just noticed something. Because of that 2, it could go either there or it could go there. Let's see. Yep, that's right. 3s. 3s. Well, this is important to teach. Here we have a left. There we have a right. In this block, we don't have a 3, and it has to go there. So we have right, center, left. This pattern is the same in each set of vertical blocks. That's the 3. Now, why can't it go there? The reason is simply this. If you have a matching pair, no other number can go there. We don't need to put other little numbers in there. Otherwise, it becomes very messy and cluttery. 4s. There's no 4s, so we'll go on to 5s. There's several places for 5s. That's not going to help us. 6. Well, this is interesting. It can go in 2 spaces. We have a right, a center, and it can go either here or here. 7s. We have 2 7s, and we have 3 7s. We're done. 8s. Well, an 8 could go here or here. An 8, this is important, if an 8 goes here or here, that means we have a center, we have a right. It can go here as well. It'd be a 6 8 and a 6 8, which makes them a matching pair. Very handy. Oh, now let's go to 9s. We only have 1 9, and it can go all kinds of places, so we'll leave it at that. Let's now go. We've done the 9s. Now we're going to go to this column. 1s, they're all there. 2s, no 2s. 3s, well, we have a center. We have a left, so there has to be on the right here. And it can either go there or there. But if I look across here, there's a 3 already, so the only place it can go is there. So we've done the 3s now. 4s, with no 4s there at all. 5s, we've done the 5s. Right, center, left. 6s, well, we've done the 6s. Right, left, center. 7s, well, we can have a 7 in two places. It can either be here or here. But I want to show you a little trick here. If I put the 7 there, there's no place for it to go there. Remember, we covered that before. If that's filled up, they can't have a 7 there. So that means the only place a 7 can go, because you have right, center, left. There's no room for it there. So it can't be there. It has to go here. 7. If that's the case, we know that we have a 7 in here and a 7 there. Moving right along, 8. Well, we've got the 8s already. And now we're to the 9s. Well, there's only one 9. And so I'm going to leave it there for the time being, because what I want to do now is to look for rows and columns that have only got 2 or 1 or 2 cells left that are empty, and we'll do some matching pairs. Let's take, for example, this one here. This is a block that has a matching pair. Now, what is the number that's missing? I think it's a 2 is one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 2 and a 4. 2, 4. There you go. They're a matching pair. Now, does that match with anything in here? 2 and a 4, 2 and... Whoops, look at this. Look, we've got a 2 across here. So what does that do? That cancels out this 2, because we've already got a 2. So that becomes a 4, and therefore this becomes a 2. Now, that's very good. We're making some progress now. That block is full. Here's a row that does only have 2 left. And we can't have a 7, a little 7 there, because that 7's there now. But what is missing? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4 missing. Is that right? A 4 is missing. Now, this is interesting. This is a 4 and an 8, and a 4 and an 8 are missing. Now, let's look and see the ramifications of that. We already have a 4 in this block. Therefore, that cancels out that 4, and it becomes an 8. If that becomes an 8, this becomes a 4. Very good. Now, here's another row that's only got 2 left in it. What's the 2 numbers that are missing? 1, there's a 2 missing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 9, a 2, 9. 2 and a 9. Matching pair again. Is there a 2 down here or a 9 down there? Is there a 2 or a 9 down here? No, we have to leave it. Okay, let's move on to another place. Here we have quite a few places. There's only 2 left in here, but we've worked on that one already. There's only 2 numbers in here left in this block. And I can see what's going to happen. Maybe you can already too. What's missing in this block? It's a 7 and a 9. If you count through, you'll come across a 7 and a 9 that's missing. Now let's look up and down. If we look up here, what do you notice? There's a 7 there. So that cancels out this 7. This becomes a 9. So we have a 9 there and a 7 there. What's the ramification of that? Let's have a look. Here's a 7 left. Here's a 7. It has to be on the right. That's all correct. That's good. What about the 9? 9, 9. One of these is a 9. So we now have another matching pair, because there's only 2 left in that row. Now there's only 2 left in this row. What is missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 that's missing. There's a 9 there. So we have 7, 8. Oops, that was not a very good 8. I'll just do that again. 7, 8. And this is a 7, 8, and it's a matching pair as well. Now look at this. Is interesting, because next lesson I'm going to talk about this. This block has got absolutely, it's fascinating. It's got 3 matching pairs. And that can happen. It can happen in a block. It can happen in a row. It can happen in a column. Fine. We're pushing on right along now. What's missing in which areas here now? I'm looking to see if we can look into now. Yes, here's an idea. One of the things we learned earlier in the course was when you have 3 left in a row like this in a block, you can work out what notes are missing, what numbers are missing rather. So let's see what it is. It's a 1, 2 is missing, and it can't be there, so we have to put a 2 there, and there's a 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, so we put a 4 there. Okay. And a 4 there. So we have 2, 4, 9 that are missing. Here's a 2, so it's a 4, 9 in here. and I've underlined it because that's the only two numbers that can go there. Because these 2, 4, 9 have to fit in here somewhere. And this one's got a 9, so it's 2, 4. And this one is a 2, that's going to be a 2. There's a 4 here, so it's a 2, 9. That's good. So that will really help us down the road somewhere. I'm sure it will. We'll keep watching. Let's have a look at some other things here. Oh, look at this line here. See that row? There's only one missing, isn't there? If there's only one missing, it happens to be the little number 8 becomes the real 8. 1, 2, you count it up, it comes to 8. So what does that do? It gives us an 8 over here, and that fits. You know you're on the right track. Now let's look at somewhere else where we've only got a few left. Here we have a 6, 8, 6, 8. We only have 2 left in this row. What was it again? Let's check it out. 1, 1, 2. Well, there's a 2 missing, so it's a 2, 7. A 2, 7 matching pair. Wow. Now because that is a matching pair and there's now only 2 cells left, we can actually put another matching pair in there because there's only 2 cells left in this one. So it's 1, 2, 3, it's a 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, it's a 4, 9, I think. 4, 9, and a 4, 9. Great. Now, we're getting closer. In this particular, let me see now, where are we? Let's see which is the best thing to do. I'm going to now go outside the puzzle. In this particular row, we have got, what are missing? We're missing 3 numbers. It's 4, 6, 4. We can't have a 4 here. Look, I've just noticed that. You probably noticed it before I did. That 4 cancels out this 4, which makes that a 9. If that is a 9, therefore this becomes a 4. Now let's look at the ramification of all that. If that's a 9, that's a 9. We know we're on the right track there. If there is a 4 there, a 4 there, a 4 has to be here. It can't be there because there's a 4 already there. If that 4 is there, it's a middle, it's a center, a right, a 4 has to be over here. Okay? Now let's go back to what we just did here. I put in a 4 down here, is that right? Yes. Now we put in a 2 and a 7. Wow, we've got all kinds of numbers here coming up. We'll find them, don't worry. We'll go now to, let me see now, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Where can we go next? Well, let's try this top row. We can go outside the puzzle if we want to. It's 1, 2, and 4. Just in case you can't remember it all, you can put it out there. Let's just check that out. There's a 2 here, so it's a 1, 4, that's for sure. There's a 1, 2, 4 is taken up, so that's correct. And here we have a 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Well, we've got quite a few things there now. There's something I'm probably missing somewhere. I'm just keeping looking for it here. Here, let's try this column here. There's 3 empty ones there. The numbers are 2, 2, 9, and something else. 2, 9, and something else. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5 missing. There's a 5 and a 9. 2, 5, 9. Now we take that 2, 5, 9 and we look along here. Look, here's a 5, 9. 2 has to go there. There's nothing else that can go there. So we've now crossed out the 2. We've got the 2 done. Now we're left with a 5 and a 9. Okay. Well, did you notice here this 6 cancels out this 6? Watch this happen. This is neat. That cancels out this 6. That means that this becomes an 8. This becomes a 6. This becomes a 6, and 6, 6. This becomes a 6, top, bottom, middle, over here. This becomes a 6. This becomes a 2. Wow. See what the power of the matching pairs. Very good. Now we have an 8 over here. We can't have an 8 there now. So that 8 is cancelled, and that becomes a 7. And therefore, this becomes an 8. Now that's interesting. We're really making some progress now. in this, we were going about the 5, 9 in here. If because we have a 2 here, that cancels out this 2, so that becomes a 9, and therefore this becomes a 2. Watch what happens here. If that's a 2, this is cancelled, this 2, that becomes a 4. If that becomes a 4, this becomes a 9. See what these pairs can do for you? Very good. If that's a 4, this becomes a 1. If that's a 1, this becomes a 2. Wow! See the handiness of putting them in pairs if you can. Okay, so therefore we're left with a 4, 5 in here, matching pair. But if I look down here on this 4, 5, there's a 4 down there. So it can't be a 4 there. So that has to be a 5, and this has to be a 4. Okay, and now we're getting somewhere. If that is a 1 up there, what's the ramifications? There's so many ramifications happening now because of all our little pairs that we've got going, all our matching pairs. Here's a 1 that cancels out this 1, so that becomes a 5. And this becomes, therefore, a 1. That becomes a 1. And now in this block we've only got one number left, and I think it's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's a 5. It's a 5 that's missing because the 7 is in here. And there's that. Now you can check yourself. Is there a 5, bottom, middle, top? Yes, we're on the right track. Self-checking as you go with using TMB and LCR really does help you find mistakes that you've made quickly. Now this column has only got 1 left, and I believe it will count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 9. Well, what does that do over here? Watch what it does. It cancels that 9 out. That becomes a 5. And this becomes a 9. And we're getting pretty close. This is getting exciting. If that is a 7 here, therefore that cancels that 7 out. So that becomes a 2. And therefore this becomes a 7. And we can check ourselves out here. We have a middle, a top, and a bottom. That's correct. Boy, oh boy, we've only got 1 left. Fantastic. And wonder what that is. Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5. And we can just make sure that it's a 5, a top, a middle, and a bottom, similar to what it was up on top. And whoopee! We've done a puzzle. And now you've seen the technique and the procedure that I go through. We can also show you much more in the next lesson. So, bye for now.